And we're live. And I got a grandpa cat. Welcome to the last full moon ceremony of 2025, which feels really significant. It feels very powerful. It feels very well, I don't want to tell you how it feels. How does it feel to you? It's been I'm grabbing fire. It's been a challenging one, to be honest. In my world, I don't think I've slept very well in about a week and a half. I'm going to explain to you why this one is complicated. Because here's the thing. If you're new to SG, welcome. If you're not new, then it's never just a full moon, right? There's all the other astrology that's happening. It's been a whole mood this full moon. How are you? It's cold in Michigan. It's a little chilly here in LA too. I mean, it was sunny today. You're so tired, not sleeping well. Yeah. Anybody sleeping great and not overthinking right now? I'm open to that too. Jamie's like, let's taco about it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to taco about it tonight. I mean, if you're just having a great one, I'm stoked for you, right? It's just a lot of us are in the karmic wheel. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. Cheers from Florida. Where are you just, checking in from tonight? It's nice to know where you are. It's been a rough week, dreaming powerful dreams. I had a whole dream last night about someone in my life and a ring on his index finger. And it was like it was in the dream. He was there. Nobody super significant either. He was there. This is an example of what this Gemini full moon is doing. He was there, and the whole dream, it was like somebody zoomed in on the index finger in this ring that had light codes and numbers on it, like computer code almost. And then the whole dream, sorry, I'm stuck on my bracelet and I can't get it off. The whole dream was about who gave him the bracelet and how he got it, and it wasn't originally from him. I'm so sorry. I'm proud to cut this thing off because I can't fix it. Anyway, I'm just telling you, I'm literally cutting this piece of my sweater off because I can't deal with this. I don't know how long the dream was, right? You know how dreams work, right? They seem like you're in it for hours and it's actually like 5 minutes. So dreams are outside of time, so they don't happen in real time. But anyway, I'm just telling you, it's like this. I saw this ring in the dream and then a whole rabbit hole of like, oh, this is what the numbers mean and this is what the code means and this is what this means. And I'm like, I don't even care. I don't, this person is not an important person in my life. I don't care about the ring. Like, why am I being shown all of this? All right, so Ohio's in the house, Pennsylvania's in the house, love you too. Dallas, Texas is in the house, Missouri's in the house. We got 2 Ohio, yep, from and in. We've got Mendon, Massachusetts, Missouri's freezing your pants off, New Mexico's here, Colorado's here, Alberta, Canada, Central New York, Wyoming, Ontario. We sure do love Canada here at SG. More Ohio. We've got Akron. So we're situating ourselves. Check it out. Look, so if you have friends or if you don't have friends and you're like, I don't know anybody who's like-minded, there's your people right there. They're in the feed. Tampa, South Berwick, Joplin, Central Coast, Arizona. Oh my God, look at that. I'm in Franklin. You're in Mendon. Friends making friends. 5 in Michigan alone. Don't forget Detroit. Tucson, Arizona, Virginia. What you got? Yeah, I love it. We got a couple in Minnesota. You're freezing your balls off right now in Minnesota. Jesus. South Carolina, you're a little cold right now too. Miami. Okay. I love it. I love this so much. Okay. Well, here's your pen pal list. Anybody else in Kentucky? I'm trying to pair up Kentucky. I'm trying to pair up. We got Whidbey Island, Washington. Cannot wait to move to Florida. You're in Tampa Bay. Detroit forever, but you're in Vegas. We got Oregon. Who else is in Oregon? By the way, where is Southern California? Like what? I'm going to be, so if you're in Southern California, I have a live shopping event happening a week from Saturday. It's our big holiday situation. So we're going to have crafting and food. I'm doing coffee readings. Zoe's doing henna. I'm making jam and granola that you can buy, all kinds of fun things. So anyway, happy that you're here. Thank you, Trina, as always, holding down Alpine, which is one of my favorite parts of Southern California, by the way. Super powerful. It's on the edge of reservation land, super, super sacred. All right, can I lay down some law tonight? May I? Good gracious. Okay. First, I'm going to burn some things. You guys need to find each other, I'm telling you. There's probably somebody down the street from you, and you're like, I'm so lonely, and then there's your person. So track it. I'm going to lay it down. White sage. Yeah. Permission granted. Okay. Thank you. And then, this Sunday, if you get lonely, I'm going to be with you and Zina Muzika who's the CEO, founder of Magic Hour Tea. She's also my girlfriend. She's coming into town to stay with me. Not tomorrow night, but Saturday night. And then we'll both be with you on Sunday. And there's still room if you want to sign up for the She Rises retreat. We're going to release 2025 to the elements under a waning moon. So you're more than welcome to join us if that's interesting to you too. Okay. Last full moon of 2025. 2025 has been a great teacher. I've had a lot of teachers in my life. Right, I was a student until I was 29 years old. That's when I finished my PhD. So I did high school, dropped out of high school. Don't judge me. There's a lot of shit going on. Dropped out of high school when I was 17. So I have a California high school proficiency exam. And then I started community college. My parents' restaurant had just burned down. I was going to run that restaurant when I got older. So now my future was kind of up in flames, literally. So I started community college. I fell in love with teaching. And kind of the rest is history. So I have a young PhD. I was 29 when I finished my PhD because I finished high school at 17. High school sucked balls. We're not here to talk about that, but I'm not a big fan. Okay. So then I went to community college and on from there. The reason I'm telling you all of this is I've had teachers all my life, right? Community college professors, graduate professors, and then I've had spiritual teachers since I was 19, 18, and I'm 52. So when I have 2 active teachers I'm working with now, last year I had 3, the year before I had 2, the year before I had 3. So I work with people, a lot of teachers. The upshot is, okay, this full moon in particular is about it's about activating what you know. You know what to do. I'm going to speak to you like I'm 2025. I know you don't like this year. I know it's been hard, but you know what to do. The thing is, you don't want to do it. You don't want to make the tough calls. You don't want to, right? You don't want to activate some of what you've been seeing and understanding and learning because it's going to change things and you know it. And so do other people, right? So they're hesitating too because they're like, well, why don't you change it first? And then you're like, well, why don't you change it first? Here's the thing. Saturn went direct. I know. I'm sorry. I've kind of been the bearer of shitty tidings over the last month, but don't shoot the messenger, right? Like I'm just here delivering on a plate what you already know. So you have choices, as you always do, right? This is what my Sag Moon wants me to tell you tonight. You have choices. You don't have to do anything right now, but there's a little bit of pressure because 2026 is a different year than 2025. Let's look to the numerology. 2025, 2025, add up the numbers, is a 9, okay? 9 years are coffins. They're burial plots. 9 years are all about all the things that are dead and dying and about releasing those, okay? 2026 is the next evolution. It goes from 9 to 10. 10 is also a 1, right? That's my life path number. That's the beginning. That's a new cycle. And we'll go through the whole thing again, right? We'll go we'll start 2026 and we'll build into another cycle. 2025 was about transformation, but because it's an end. This is an end. It's a big end. And if you do the work correctly, you're going to let a lot of stuff. This is why Azina and I are doing this on Sunday, because if you don't let it all go, if you decide, you know what, I'm going to take this shitty luggage and I'm going to carry it all the way through the airport and right into 2026, which you can do, you can defer this. The Gemini moon is telling you no, and you know better, right? Like, you should not defer this. You should do it now. And I've got all kinds of pressure. You've got all kinds of pressure, right? The reality is you don't have to do anything. You have free will. So you can take that shitty luggage and just roll it right on into 2026 if you want to, but what's going to happen? This isn't going to go anywhere, right? All you do is kick the can down the road. And I don't know that that's the right decision to make. So, yeah, we have a little bit of letting go to do. This is called the cold moon because it's cold. Sometimes there isn't a lot of really sexy meaning to the Farmer's Almanac names. Hey, why is it called a cold moon? Check your nipples. I mean, is it warm where you are? Great. The rest of us are a little chilly. Okay. The sun is in Sagittarius. Jupiter is retrograde now. Saturn is direct. Mercury is direct. I'm going to break this down for you in a second. Full moons in Gemini are not my favorite because they're decision points. And what they do is they keep you up all night for like a week before the actual day. Thinking and overthinking. Well, what about this? Well, what if you did this? But you might want to consider this, because if you do this, then that. But if you do that, then this other thing might happen. And you should have done this 10 years ago when it was actually easier. But now that you're here, okay, you could do this. And again, I'm tired, right? I'm done. My message last night to the guides was like, I'm not a Gemini. I don't even play one on TV. Enough. So we have to make decisions now, okay? Delays tonight become decisions. Hesitation tonight becomes action, okay? Lessons become applied wisdom. We didn't just learn it, we know how to use it, okay? And here's what this full moon is asking. What's actually sustainable for you? Can you keep this going? This little situation or this big situation that you've created, is it sustainable? Or are you having to dance and make the plates spin? It's a big question, right? Okay, so Mercury direct in Gemini says you know what needs to be done and now you understand. Saturn direct says, and you have to do it responsibly. You cannot take shortcuts. So now you know what to do, and now you're accountable for the outcome. You can't say I didn't know. Can't say I didn't know. Speak clearly, think logically, choose wisely, build sustainably. Let me say it again. Speak clearly, think logically, choose wisely, build sustainably. If you've been dancing on the head of a pin and you're like, but I can keep doing this and I can keep doing this, but you can't. And so before we transit to 2026, before we start to lay bricks of a new foundation, I want you to really think about tonight as a choice point to shake off. And here's the thing, just a little piece of it, right? Like, what is a little piece that you can go, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. It's just not worth it. It's not sustainable. I can't maintain this, right? So do you like that? From this to that, from this to that, it's very Gemini. Are you ready for more of it? And this is how it's affecting your central nervous system. We're going to go from hypervigilance, like I'm aware of all my feelings all the time and I'm overwhelmed by my feelings, to regulation. Okay. I'm going to go from overthinking to executing. What if, to going to do it. Okay. I'm going to go from waiting to moving. I'm going to go from surviving to reorganizing. I think it's really good. We don't set intentions at full moons in my world. That's the new moon. At the full moon, what we do is we direct light. So we ask for illumination. And tonight, what we are illuminating more than anything else, it's on page 2 of my notes for you. What we are illuminating more than anything else is truth with an open mind. Okay. Your tools for tonight, if you have them, are very intentional. I gave you a full moon journal. If you don't have the tools, can you please go get something to write on, because we're going to write. We have to write it at full moon in Gemini. Even if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. It's the medicine. Okay. I gave you a fancy Nancy pen, and I gave you some ink that I'm going to try not to spill. If you don't have that, get a pen. I gave you this, which, by the way, was made for SG and finished during my hiatus. But this was a very intentional tool. It's worth the price of your whole kit, by the way. This is Peach Moonstone, and it's called the Una Lome. And what it is the never-ending spiral with the lotus flower on top of it. And it's a very significant shape. And so what we're going to do is we're going to meditate with this. Some people place it against the sacral chakra. I just like to hold it between my hands because the symbolism of this tool is very significant. And we're going to trace it. I'm going to teach you how to do it. There's one continuous motion that's going to, okay, so we're going to trace this together. If you don't have it, I want you to draw this symbol. It's very important for tonight. Okay, so you see the lotus and you see the spiral. Draw that as close as you can, wherever you can. Okay. What else did I want to tell you before we start? And then we have our solid perfume, which mine is right here. This is Verse, by the way, which is beautiful. Verse is mastic, which is Greek. It's a very sacred resin. It's used, they burn it in churches. It's for consecration. Blue tansy, sweet birch, peppermint, benzoin. And then we also gave you these blue apatite beads for truth. And by the way, this, you don't have to do this, but for me, this is going to hang on my purse after tonight. And it's going to be a constant reminder of the commitments I made tonight. And I thought that was kind of cool. So if you got this in your tools, that's great. If you don't have it, that's okay too. What you could do is like go get a keychain or go get something else that you can clip onto your whatever you carry every day. I carry my purse every day. So I'm going to call in what I'm illuminating, and then I'm going to carry it with me every day, almost like prayer beads or worry beads. Okay. So whatever you have is perfect. I just want to show you what I'm working with. Do you have any questions before we get started? I'm so happy you're here. I really am. By the way, the tools for next month's full moon are here. And I can't wait to tell you about them, but I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm going to talk to you about them at the end of our ceremony tonight. Okay. You have a bracelet? Great. Bracelet would be great, by the way. Do you have a beaded bracelet? If you don't have the tools, can you go get a beaded bracelet? Because you can do the same thing with a beaded bracelet and then just wear that every day. I would love that as an alternative. So Kristen, thank you. That was a great suggestion. And if you have a peach moonstone bracelet, you're even better off. Jeanette's got a peach moonstone sphere, so she can actually do the same work, send the energy into the sphere, and then it's going to radiate the energy in all directions. I love that too. Okay. Yeah, let me just show you the symbol one more time because I want you to trace it. Okay, it's the lotus, and then you bring it down and a swirl and a swirl and a swirl and a swirl all the way down, and it's kind of like a cat's tail that curls. Okay, at the end. So that's the symbol that you are tracing. Okay. Y'all are good. Don't overthink this one, by the way. Gemini wants to fuck with you like that and get you overthinking about it. Just go get what you feel called to and have it with you. I'm not about the rules, right? You're going to use your intuition and do a great job. It's great to have you here, by the way. I'm very, very thankful that you're here. Okay. Cosmic reset tonight. You ready? So I want you to roll your shoulders back, call your energy into present time. And I want you to ask yourself some important questions tonight. Okay. Gemini is going to bring clarity about all paths, right? Your professional path, your personal path, your emotional path, your spiritual path. It's all kind of under the microscope with this full moon. And full moons for me for the last 2 years have been challenging because what they do, if you're, and this has been me, I won't speak for you. I've been making progress, but maybe not like fast enough. And the full moon just goes like, you've got to change this. You've got to move this. You've got to fix this. Right. And it's a little stressful and it feels like pressure, but at the same time, it's like, it's a quantum shift, right? It's like, we're going to move you past all of these obstacles and get you to a better place. And again, the urgency with this one is the end of the year. Right? I know. So let's call in the guides and guardians. It is pressure, but it's also love. You're ready. You know, you have been ready to make these changes. So it's not, it's urgency, but it's also compassion. It's like, remember, the universe wants your wholeness, your wellness, your integration. It's here for you. It's in your corner. But the universe, yeah, we don't have the Gemini tools. We do have the new set for you at sagegoddess.com for next month, but just be present right now. We'll talk about it later. So good to see you guys. All for your highest good. So you're welcome to drum with me or just close your eyes. Let me drum for you. Because we're shifting timelines and rewriting scripts tonight, I'm using my Flower of Life drum. Energies of creation, manifestation. Happy birthday, Leslie. Thrilled that you're here. What a birthday. Woo! Just relax. I've got you in the palm of my hand and I have a whole half hour with you to make some magic. So just sending love, receiving love. Guides and guardians of the East. New visions, new possibilities, new cycles. Opening our minds. Rising above old challenges to see them clearly. We thank them for joining us here. You know, the direction of East is the direction of air, and tonight's Gemini full moon is an air full moon. If you're Gemini sun, moon, rising, tonight's full moon is made for you. And also if you're not, right? If you're a Libra, huge resonance. If you're an Aquarius, Huge resonance. So just being present for all of it. Yes. Julia's got a birthday coming up. Or just passed. It's yesterday. Happy birthday to you, darling. We're in Sag season, so that's the counterpoint, right? Gemini's got us overthinking. Sag has us overreacting. We got to calm down, find the place between. To the guides and guardians of the South, element of fire. Help us shift and change and transform. Help us burn through the grief, the loss, the insecurity, and the doubt of 2025. And happy birthday to all of you who are coming up, by the way. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. And guides and guardians of the West, element of water. This is the season that we're in now in the Northern Hemisphere. This is the season of fall. We're right on winter's heels, though, yo. Right? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. Thank you for healing and rejuvenation and regeneration in the West. Thank you for abundance and blessings. Thank you for tears that clean and cleanse and clear the pathways. It's okay to cry. I want you to cry sometimes. I cried today. It's okay. It's good for your skin. It's an exfoliant. Welcoming in guides and guardians of the North, element of earth. We're seriously grounding now. Soon resting in winter's embrace in the North. All of you are from the North, right? Peace is here. Peace is present in the North in this moment, right? There's some kind of stability, even though we've got all this Gemini and all this Sag. There's something still. There's something enduring here. It's got you. It's holding your hands. It's holding your feet. Thank you, guides and guardians of the East, the South, the West, and the North. Thank you to guides and guardians of the element of spirit. Thank you to the guides and the guardians of the world above, the world within, the world below. As above, so below, as within, so without. And together we say. Aho. I am here. You are here. We are here. That's good medicine. It is. It's good stuff. We're good. Okay. If you have your tools, I do want you, this is a solid perfume, by the way, and it's badass. And so you should use this for all kinds of things, but at least for tonight. Again, this is verse. We called it verse because, get it, we're writing like verse. So tonight we're writing a new verse in the story of our lives. And it's a story of an ending, and it's the story of a beginning. And you may not know what's ending and what's beginning yet. You don't need to know. You just need to trust the universe to act on your behalf, okay? So a little at your wrist to bless your actions, a little at your third eye to bless your thoughts, and a little bit at the tops of your feet to bless your steps. Of course, I've been feeling it. It's a big shift happening. I mean, look, you guys have known me for virtually for it'll be 15 years in July. That's a crazy long time. I was in my 30s. Since that time, I have lost almost everything. I lost my company for a little while. I lost my husband. I lost my kids for a little bit. Like I shared custody until they decided to come and live with me full time, right? Lost my mom. I mean, lost almost everything, right? Broke everything down and then rebuilt things sort of back up. So you've seen me go through these, I call them the samsara wheels, but these sort of karmic cycles, right? But you guys have lost a lot too. You guys have lost a lot too. And so I think we can all sit here next to this fire together. We can't solve each other's problems, but we certainly can like reflect, right? It is the crucible, right? I'm stronger for it. I know you are too. And what we've learned is what's actually possible, right? Like what we can create. And the ash, and I've taught you this too. Like when fires burn, they reduced everything to ash. Ash is nutritious. It feeds the planet, it feeds your plants, it feeds you. And so from the ashes, we rebuild. And that's what this whole process has been about. And I've been somewhat brave in terms of just coming forward and letting you watch me rebuild, right? But, you know, it hasn't been easy. And so I'm going through the same process you are. I host these ceremonies and I do this work with you, but I mean, I'm doing the work. It's not easy. It is not easy. But like Saturn says, now you understand. I'm brave AF. I don't have testicles, but if I did, I would have huge ones and they would be made of steel. Yep. Okay, so here's what we're going to do tonight. Here's what we're going to do. Ready? I think that's why God didn't give me nuts, because God was like, hers would have to be really big. I don't know if I have nuts that big. It's okay. You got them too? You got big ones too? Fuck yeah. Wrecking balls. Ovarios. This is why I love you guys. Okay. I know. I mean, all jokes aside, a lot of us lost a lot. Here's the thing. You got two choices. You either go down with it or you rebuild. What are you going to do? You have two choices. You're going to go down with it or are you going to rebuild? There is no other choice. There's no third path. You either go with it or you stay and you make it. Get up. I don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. I don't care what you got to write with. I don't care. But you have a little work to do with me. And I know I'm being super professorly with you, but this is what we're doing tonight, okay? It's a Gemini full moon. I don't make the rules. So the first thing we're going to do, whatever you're writing on, I want you to draw the symbol. Okay? This symbol is the journey. Pardon Paxton, please. This is the journey to enlightenment. Journey to enlightenment. It's a never-ending process. You can also see it as root to crown. Okay, it's just a different way of framing it. So if you've got your quill and ink, you can do it that way, however you want to do it. I'm going to draw it on the blank side of the page. Okay. I'm not an artist, so don't have huge expectations of me. I'm just going to freehand this, okay? Free ball it, as it were. And as I'm drawing this symbol, I'm visualizing my own journey. And I got to get more ink. To rebuilding, okay? From the ground up. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my lotus. That's what mine looks like. And then when you're done drawing it, I always blow my breath when I write anything, like when I sign your books and everything else. I'm going to write down at the bottom here too. Okay. Okay. Now, the goal is, yeah, you can just trace it. Like you saw me draw it. Like, again, it's not beautiful. I'm not an artist. Okay. But it's close. So the idea is that this is a shape, like all sacred shapes. I just got ink all over my nails, but I'll figure that out later. It comes along. Okay. So I'm gonna trace it from the bottom to the top. Trace it with me. Okay. So I walk the path from confusion to clarity, and I am embracing the journey to clarity, enlightenment, and peace. And again, just sort of retracing it back down. It's very relaxing, actually, to just retrace it with your finger. This, by the way, is very much a symbol that can be activated, sort of like the Reiki symbols, right? So you can imagine tracing this on someone. Like I would lay you on your stomach, and starting at your tailbone, I would trace this on your back, and I would say, "We are walking the path, right, of illumination and clarity, from confusion to decision, right? And we are releasing any obstacles to clarity, creativity, and peace. Amen, and so it is." So what I wrote on the bottom of the page is Una Lome, which is the symbol. You don't have to write that, but I wrote it for myself, 12/25. So this is the date, right? And then Gemini Full Moon. Because, if somebody's watching the replay, they may watch it tomorrow or the next day or whatever, and they can still totally write this. Now, the rest of this exercise, okay, with full moons, you have 48 hours. Same with new moon. So, it's Thursday, but if you're watching this Friday or if you're watching it Saturday, that's okay. Okay. Now, on the next page, I normally don't say this to you, but I'm going to say it to you tonight. I want you to free write without editing. Are you ready for the assignment? I'm going to give you 1 minute to free write. Again, I don't care what you're writing with. And I don't care where you're writing it, but I'm writing it in my journal. This is a new journal for me. So I am going to put the date. Today's date is 12/4. I want you to free write and brain dump everything right now that is not clear to you. People that you don't have clarity with, professional stuff you don't have clarity with. You could say, well, I don't understand my boss. I'm not clear about where my relationship is headed. Whatever it is, okay? What is not clear to you? No editing. I'm going to do it too. Ready? Go. I am not clear about what? And by the way, I love writing with a quill and ink. It's very, you have to stop and get more ink, from time to time. And it makes you be more mindful. That's it. And it's a little fancy, but you can use a pen if you don't have the feather that we gave you. Again, what are you not clear about? What's murky water? Let it be messy. I don't care if you misspell things. Okay, all of that. Try to enjoy it, right? Right. It's kind of nice because you can use the feather to dry the ink. Here's the thing. I look at this list and I feel sad. To be honest, I look at this list and I go, I'm 52. Like, I shouldn't have so much confusion. And yet at the same time, like I have so much compassion for myself, right? And I stop and I go, I don't think I'm the only one who's confused about a lot of things right now, right? Like I look at this and I'm like, am I a mess? Because I have so much confusion. And then I'm like, I mean, if we're being honest, which is kind of what we're here to do, like I think you guys have a lot of confusion too. But there is part of me where I'm just like, God, I should not be so confused about so many things at my age. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it does. But I'm just telling you, there are times, no matter how experienced I am, where I just go, man, this is kind of a cluster, right? Okay. Now, you can do this part. You can do this part different ways. Whatever, the worst thing I can do is say, I've got my shit all figured out. You guys can figure your shit out too. And you'd be like, great. Isn't that nice? Now, you can take this. What I'm going to do is take the plate with the symbol and turn it face down over my confusion list. Okay. If you do not have the stone, there's a little magic you can do. Okay. You can take, I don't have it with me, but if you don't have the stone, you can write your list. Okay. And what you do is you take a glass or a shallow bowl of clear water. This is a sort of a ritual way of doing this, and sit that over the list. Because water has an organizing principle. Water's very intelligent. Water organizes and reorganizes. It does it to your cells, which is why we need to drink water and stay hydrated, right? But water does it to itself. Water does it to rocks. Have you ever seen how water etches rocks? Robin and I have taught you about this, right? So you can take a glass, not like this with a stem. This is my Diet Coke. You need the water to touch the page through the glass. Okay. Thank you, by the way, for complimenting me on my hair. I've decided to stay with my blonde, but I'm like 5,000% not sure about it. So just thank you for that. What I love is my gray grows in and you can't see it. Most of that blonde is actually white and you can't see it. So thank you. It's saving me a lot of time and money. Thank you. Yeah, paper cup, glass. I mean, traditionally it's glass. You know what I mean? If you go like super Wiccan pagan, but you can do paper. It doesn't matter. Okay. Thank you. Now, this is the other thing you can do. If you don't have any water, Okay, moon water is absolutely great, by the way. You can just close the pages. Look, take the Una Lome symbol and close it. Okay. And then left hand over, right hand under. Okay. So in this sacred circle, Great Spirit, God, Goddess, Source of all that is, we ask you for divine clarity under this Gemini super full, cold ass moon, last one of 2025. We may not have clarity now, but we call upon you to bring clarity to confusing spaces. We call upon you to bring the looking glass to help us see our lives and these challenges with greater clarity so that we can move forward, so that we can find healing and resolution in all the ways that are needed. And with Mercury direct, with Saturn direct, we know that we know what to do, we know how to do it, and we know how to do it well, right? We understand how to course correct, how to make changes, and how to align with our highest good. I love that. Undawn said, confusion is just a door that is cracked open to a dark room. And really, that resonates with the poet and me. Thank you for that tonight. Deep breath in. And I'm just calling in all guides, all the ascended masters, all the light beings from all dimensions, all timelines, all gateways, all ancestors who can help us to find deeper clarity in these confusing times. Okay. So now I want you to open it back up to the page you wrote. And I want you to go to the first thing that you wrote that you do not have clarity about. And I want you to give permission for your guides and guardians to communicate with you about this one in dream time. And again, the way I activate when I write things is I go over it with my finger. It's an old magical principle. The other thing you can do is take an incense stick and light it. Super old school magic trick. Make sure it's really lit. There, it turned orange. That's how I know it's lit. So and that just automatically sends what you're looking for clarity about up to the guides. And now I want you to release this, like let it go. I have sent this up to you. I release the how, the when. I've given you the what, right? You can go down to the next one too. And by the way, keep tracing the symbol because it's going to bring you, again, the clarity that you're seeking. Loop left, loop right, loop left, loop right, and then into the lotus and 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 up. And then back and then unwind all the loops back down and then end it with the cat's tail curl. It's very much like the Choku-rei symbol, don't you think? Does anybody see the similarity between the symbol we're working with tonight and the Choku-rei? Okay. It's very similar, and I don't know. I really don't know the coincidence of that. But if you know your Reiki symbols, there's a very so, and then just take a deep breath there. Out my Mayan copal stick because these burn for so long that I won't be able to breathe in this room. They're really powerful. Gotta put them out like a cigarette, almost. So what I was writing with the incense is what I wrote in my journal about where I did not have clarity in my life. So basically what I did is I went back to my list after blessing it with a symbol. I went back to my list and I wrote the exact words, but I wrote them in smoke, which is basically setting them up as a prayer. I know it might as well be the chokurei. And again, I don't know. I have not traced the lineage between the umalome symbol and the chokurei, but there's got to be some synchronicity there because they're just too similar, in my opinion. Woo. Okay. So now the last exercise for tonight. Okay. You can totally make water tonight. In fact, you should. It's the last full moon of 2025. We don't have any eclipse activity. Saturn is direct. Jupiter's retrograde, which is shitty. I don't like it because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is my moon, and it's also my magic. Like my big magic comes from my Sag moon. The Sagittarius moon is called the occult placement, and it's the seer profile. So Jupiter rules me, and so it's kind of like brings luck and serendipity and magic, and Jupiter's retrograde. I know. As of the 5th, which is basically tonight, overnight, right? So, but at least Saturn, which is the planet of hard knocks, tough lessons, figure it out, kid. That planet being retrograde sucked. And Saturn is direct. And then Mercury, which is like all of your communication and your expression, is direct. Mercury rules Gemini. So if we had a Gemini full moon with Mercury retrograde, we'd be kind of fucked. But at least we have Mercury direct, right? And we have a Gemini full moon. So there's a lot of, and that, again, that combination, because they both synchronized, right? So Saturn going direct says, you got to do it right this time. You got to do it right this time. And Mercury direct says, you know what to do. Now do it right. And Jupiter's like, good luck. Jupiter left the party. Jupiter has left the building. Jupiter's like, I am not responsible for whatever fuckery happens here, which isn't really funny. Okay, so what is the truth you already know but you haven't acted on? The relationship that you're in that you know you have to end. The job that you're in that you know isn't where you're supposed to be. The rules that you're making that felt good a while ago but aren't really sustainable, you know? The way you're thinking about something that isn't correct, and you know it. I mean, again, this isn't right or wrong. I'm just telling you, in your head, you know, and you've been like, well, I'll do that later. I'll fix that later. But yet you know what you've got isn't sustainable. It sucks. But it's true. Yes, Jupiter is the fortune and good luck planet. And it's retrograde. It'll come back too. They all will. Okay. Here's the energy I want you to shift to tonight. And just put the journal away. Leave all that. You did a good job tonight. Brain dumping and letting that be. Not cleaning that up. Just letting it be messy. We need to move not from confusion to clarity. That's not the first shift. The confusion to clarity is the goal. In the middle is neutrality. We go from confusion to neutrality and from neutrality to clarity. Okay. So get to neutrality first. Be neutral about the things that have to be shifted. Ask for the highest good to unfold in all things at all times. Amen. I hope so it is. Okay. Neutrality. Let go of the outcome. Don't be attached. From neutrality, you can get to clarity. The shift from confusion to clarity feels really overwhelming. So the bowl of water, you're just sitting it on top of the brain dump that you did, and then you can take the water and release it to the elements. Just take it outside, pour it. Okay. You guys feel good? Again, tonight's just the articulation. Like, hey, it's a message from you to you about here are the things, right, that I would love to have clarity on. And you're basically making a wish list for Santa for things that you'd like to have clarity about before you get to 2026. Okay. I know it's big. So we're gonna take a few breaths together before I open the circle and release the energy. Okay. These are what I call regulation breaths. They tone what's called the vagus nerve. I'm all about regulation this year because we have to regulate our nervous system so that we're not constantly living in fight or flight with anxiety, which is really bad for your health. Okay. So that's why I'm teaching Living University, which is all about regulation, emotional regulation, how to regulate yourself, how to regulate with other people. So if you want to learn more, I've got lots of classes this year all about this. But for now, and we're going to be talking about this in future moon ceremonies too. For now, I just want to breathe with you. And on the inhale, I want you to inhale any, again, confusion, fear, anxiety. And on the exhale, I want you to release all of that from your body. Visualizing it. So the first breath, we're going to release it from the head, the neck, and the shoulders. The second breath, we're going to release it from the heart, the lower intestine, upper intestine, and the lower intestine. And on the third breath, we're going to release it from the sciatica, the hips, the legs, and the feet. Okay. And then we're going to do the beads last. I want to get us into a state of regulation, and then we're going to do the beads. Okay. I need you for like 3 more minutes. So on the first breath, inhale for 2. Again, pull it all up, everything that you're confused, unclear about, unsure about, anxious about. And then I want you to release for 4. And as you release, everything from the brain, the eyes, the throat, the neck, the shoulders, we're releasing, okay, upper body. If you've had headaches, if you have tension in your shoulders, drop your shoulders, roll your shoulders back, release it from your jaws. Do you clench your teeth before you go to bed at night? Give yourself a good jaw massage and stop clenching your teeth, right? Then inhale for 2, exhale for 4. We're releasing from the heart. So important. We're releasing from the intestinal system. We're not going to digest this shit. We're not going to let our cardiovascular health be affected. Ready? So inhale for 2. And we're releasing everything from the shoulders to the hips. I promise you this works. Promise you it works. Everything from the heart out. Everything from the intestines out. We're not going to have gas and diarrhea about this. We're not going to have heartburn and chest burn. We're not going to have heart palpitations. We're really, okay? Do it again if you have to. All the way out. Love it. Love that, Raven. Seeing you. Seeing you. Yep. We don't have to have the answers tonight. Tonight's about the questions. Now we're going to give it to spirit and we're going to let them work it out. We are very gifted. You and I are very gifted. I know who you are. I know how long you've been practicing. Guess what? Even we still don't have the skills that they have. This is above our pay grade. So we're going to give this to spirit and go, these are knots I've been trying to untangle for a long time. Up to you guys now. For the highest good of all beings at all times, amen, and so it may be, right? Well, I just spilled my Diet Coke. The guides are like, girl, your problems are too much. Okay, now we're going to release it from, God, I need this one. We're going to release it from the sciatica. We're going to release it from the hips. We're going to release it from the legs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, and the feet. Okay, are you ready? Inhale here. And then exhale for 4. And I mean out. Out of those feet. Release. Listen, the guides know I'm not going to give up Diet Coke. I could have worse addictions. Clapping and snapping your fingers moves the energy. Move it through your field. If you have sciatica stuff, mine is always in my shoulders. Get it out. Get it out of your hips. Get it out of your heart. Get it out of your digestive system. Move it, move it, move it. I'm not kidding. If you were laying here with me right now and you said your foot hurt, I would be smacking your foot. Move that energy. Okay. Now the beads. Get a little bit of your solid perfume or whatever you're working with. I don't care what you got. Okay. This melts in your hands. This is the stone of clarity and truth. I had these made for you. Like I said, mine's going to be clasped to my handbag forever and ever now. Amen. I call in truth in love and relationships. I call in truth in business. I call in truth in friendships and alliances and partnerships. I call in truth in parenting and my relationships with my children. I call in truth with myself, the ability to see and know. My hands are covered in oil, but I like it. Okay. I call in truth about my purpose, why I'm here, what I'm supposed to be doing to help the collective ascend toward a higher evolutionary form of our species. I call in truth and wisdom from spirit guides. I call in truth about my lineage, I think, clarity about my lineage. I call in truth for the collective, from the collective, right? So I can understand where we are now, where we're going. What's the last truth, do you think? There aren't 10 because it's a 10 year, but it just happens to align. What's in my heart? I started with love. I think I'll end with love. Love within and love without. The truth just feels like love, as Jane so beautifully said. Yeah, to know my true self. This song that's playing is one of my favorite songs. It's called We Are All Related by Nessie Gomez. Have you heard it? Do you mind if I turn it up for just a couple minutes while I close the circle? You might really like to hear it. Okay, I'm going to turn it up. They are This is actually called Long Way Home. So listen. Can you hear it? Just listen to just 1 minute of it. If you haven't heard her, you need to go down the rabbit hole tonight. Pour yourself some tea, glass of wine, and just listen. Releasing the guides and the guardians from all directions. The north, the west, the south, the east. Element of spirit, above, within, below. We thank you.
It's early in the morning, and the moon is hardly showing. There are creatures all around. See their shadows and hear their sounds, but they're taking me places I don't know. It's getting kind of spooky. Should I stay or follow? But they take me by the hand and whisper in my ear. There's no need to worry. First, let's make that clear. But we're going to take you places you won't know. They look kind of different, but not to your heart or to your soul. So just open up your senses and let the light in. You've now reached these gates, so you may as well step in. And the mystery unfolds as she walks along the path. The trees talk to her. Finally, at last, it's a long way home. It's a long way home. I'll be back at dawn. I will be back at dawn. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. I'll be back at dawn. Got to walk this road alone.
It's beautiful, isn't it? So I'm just going to let you hear this last line, and then I'm going to finish up. I know. You ready?
It's early in the morning, and the water dew is falling. There are leaves on the ground, blowing up and blowing down, as she gazes at the night sky with tears in her eyes. She prays to the moon, please help me walk this line. So she takes 2 steps forward and walks the winding road. She hears her voices in her head speak loud and bold. They say, don't drift into suspicious corners of your mind. Take heed of every beaming light that you can find. Such torturous desires, they will dig deep in your skin, sucking up to and leaving, living all everything. So just take a breath of life and let the goodness in. See, it's all around you. You just have to let it in. It's a long way home. It's a long way home. I'll be back home. I'll be back at dawn. It's a long way
It's a long way home. We Are All Related, by the way, is another song by Nessie that I love. And once you listen to her, there's no going back. It was very perfect for tonight. By the way, didn't plan that. That's just what the playlist landed on. I curate these playlists on SoundCloud, and I'm always amazed at how they kind of align to the work that we're doing. So the mystery concludes as she stumbles to her knees. The moon shines down on her and tells her, love is all there is. Love is all there is. That's the end of the song. The moon shines down on her and tells her, love is all there is. So, with that, thank you for joining me for, the full moon is where I started with you. There wasn't a sage goddess. There was just me on a little camera in my bedroom in San Francisco 14 years ago. And here we are. Love is all there is. So thank you for joining me for the last one of 2025. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Don't drift into suspicious corners of your mind. Did you hear that? Don't drift. It's a long way home. Don't drift into suspicious corners of your mind. Okay. Next month is the first full moon. We didn't have kits for a minute, and I missed them. And we're not doing the same old, like, every month has a candle and a stone and an oil or whatever. That got really boring. For January, it's Cancer. And so what we're doing for you is kind of unprecedented. It's a family prayer candle, and it's poured with the oils that are in our new jade perfume, and you get a jade bangle, which is pretty cool. I mean, the jade bangle is Burmese jade, and it's real, which is expensive. And then you get a little wishing jar with quartz on top, and it's full of rainbow moonstone, which is the stone of the full moon. This is a gorgeous full moon kit. So here's my vision for this. Every time somebody in your family has a job interview, or is trying to get pregnant, or is trying to experience greater peace, or whatever, they need a prayer. This is the candle forever that you burn when somebody in your family needs to pray. I thought a full moon in Cancer, isn't that a cool way? And then you can wear the bracelet, the jade perfume. The notes are jasmine, coconut, lime, and vanilla. You put the lime in the coconut. Smudge approves. So this is at sagegoddess.com. There is a code tonight, by the way. It's magic20. So you can use magic20 for 20% off. We also have a jade incense holder that if you wanted to get that as a second product, it would look really beautiful on your altar if you're going with kind of the jade theme. We had these made in India, but these are also solid jade, and that's at a crazy price. So I'm just telling you what we have in jade in case you want to carry the theme through, and you can go and find that set at sagegoddess.com. The jade bangle is rad. Remember, if you want to put it on, you just have to, they're small, but you have to put soap and water on your hand, and then it slides through. So I can't put it on right now because I haven't soaped my hands, but you can put soap or lotion on your hand, and then it slides down. But you don't have to wear it. You can just keep it on your altar. It represents the never-ending circle of abundance and success, which is what jade's all about. Thank you, Grandpa. Grandpa's 10 years old. He's been my constant companion. He's the only one who's seen me through it all. So love me some Grandpa over here. He's a good old man. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. It was really special. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Circe, for moderating. We make the tools kind of like in the sets because we're small and shorthanded right now. So unfortunately, I don't have the individual parts for you. Maybe down the road, we can bring you just the candle on its own. But right now, if you want to get everything, it's part of a kit. You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Again, thank you for being here. Tomorrow is Rock Talk with me and Robin. Starting at 3 o'clock, we'll be right here on this YouTube channel talking about all new fun finds. Shram has made some custom goodies for us, snake medicine. So if you want to see, and goddess medicine, by the way. I found the shape of a goddess from an archaeological dig of my dad's native civilization, which is Minoa, okay, ancient Greece, ancient Crete. He took it and built a CAD drawing of it and then cast it and has made jewelry out of it. It's incredible. It is an absolute replica of this ancient Cretan Minoan goddess that was buried, by the way, for over 2,000 years before this artifact was unearthed. And then I showed it to him and he was able to make it. It's insane. I did. Yeah, I released the circle and released the guardians. Remember, I was kind of like real slow about it, but thank you for checking. So if you would like to see all of Shram's magic, that's tomorrow, Rock Talk. That's YouTube, 3 o'clock. If not, have a great rest of your weekend. If you want to join me and Zena Sunday for the She Rises retreat, where we're releasing the energy of 2025 to the elements with tea, with oils, with stones, and with energy work exercises for each one of the directions. They'll link to that for you as well. There's still room if you'd like to join us. It's too late to get the tools, but you don't need the tools. Just come and have the experience with us. You won't regret it. We'll see you soon. Have a great evening and make sure you subscribe to the channel before you go so you don't miss anything that we're doing. Love you.